Alright guys, welcome back to the shop. Today we got another shop project going on. We're actually going to be installing some switches. These are 120 volt switches, 16 amp rated, to my workbench lights so I don't have to keep plugging them in and unplugging them. So with that said, let's get it done. So right now we have these lights right here. There's one here and then there's another one over there. What happens is every time I want to plug it in, I got to figure out which one goes to where, and then, plug it in and go to town doing whatever I need to do. So in order to make this a little bit easier, because sometimes I'll walk out and totally forget that they're on and plugged in, so I don't leave nothing plugged in overnight, I want to add these switches right here. I'm just going to mount it right here, and then we'll run the wires, and then they'll always stay plugged in, but I could just easily turn them on and off. So without further ado, so I got these switches from Home Depot. They're just little rocker switches. They're 120 volt rated. They're 16 amp rated. They got a little LED light on them. So basically what I did was I just measured the outside diameter, which is 13/16, and then just going to drill a 13/16 hole, and we'll continue on from there. This garage is nothing but just a hodgepodge of stuff, so I'm not going to measure it out or anything like that. I'm just going to put it pretty much where I think it looks good, where I like it, and then drill the hole. There we go. And then that just goes in there like that. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this end of the plug off about where we want it. So I'll just place it in there loosely for now. We want it about right there. So I always like to cut a plug off too with a little bit of a pigtail, so you can always reuse the plug later on if you don't plan on reusing it. It's always good to have little pigtails of plugs lying around. I'm actually going to take this out for a second. Feed those wires through just to make it easier on myself. I'll come over here. Grab 2 spade connectors. Get these stripped. These are just some Klein wire crimpers, terminal crimpers. They work really, really well. And also the jaws are interchangeable, so you can change them out for different styles of terminals. So then one of these is going to be hot, and I don't think polarity matters. We'll find out when it all blows up, but on the back side of this, there's 3 different terminals. One is bronze or brass, and the other 2 are just regular steel color. So the brass one is going to be your neutral, and then one's going to be line, and one silver is going to be up to your load. So go there. Before we even do all that, I need to put this on there, through the back side, then through there. Get it plugged in. Get it tucked away temporarily for now. I'm going to reuse this, so I'm just going to peel them apart like that so we can get something to strip. Go ahead and take my wire strippers. Get them stripped. And go look for some more tools. I'll be right back. So I don't know if you can see that, but I'm just gonna check to make sure I know which terminal lug is neutral and which one is our load or line. $125 there. And nothing there. $125 and nothing. So that takes care of that. So I know that the small terminal, not the wide one, is my line out, my hot wire. So what we'll do is we'll just take this out on the bench, get it straightened out, grab our wire loom, take this wire that we cut already to give us our length. We'll just cut that off there. Cut that one off there. Get that pushed in. Get it nice and crimped. And as you can see, nice and solid crimp. Same thing. Just give it a strip. Nice little twist to keep it straight. Get that in there. And nice little crimp. So now we're just going to cut this to the length. It's going to be about there. We'll give ourselves a little extra. Cut that off. Set that off to the side. Three-eighths. Yeah. Actually, I like the way that looks, so we'll take another piece of 3/8. So we'll use one for the terminals. Just going to cover up the terminals, and then the next one's going to come over and cover up that one and the wire loom. So we'll get both of them slid back. As far as we can. And then feed it back into the loom. And what I'm going to do here is just give myself a fresh start. Also, another way to give yourself an even better fresh start, you could take a little torch and you could just melt the ends real quick. And that basically sticks them together so now they don't fray. Just like that. Now we can go back, feed our wire through. Now, what we're going to do is heat shrink this one first. I like this heat shrink too because it's got a sealant inside of it that oozes out when you're fully heat shrinked, and it's basically a sealant, like a glue almost. And that's that. So now we'll take this one. And do the same thing. And that's that. And just come back over here. I'm going to leave these a little long. Actually, you know what? Let's do this. Just make sure it's nice and tight. Give that a cut. Set that off to the side. Get it nice and stretched out. And we can heat shrink that as well. And then we'll have a nice new cable. Let's see if I can't get you a little bit better shot. There you go. And we can continue the process. So, now that we know we have the correct terminals identified, go ahead and strip our wires. And go ahead and get the rest of these connected. That's going to be from our line to the bottom portion of the switch. Out the middle goes to the load, back out to neutral, And I can see we're gonna have to make a few changes here. No big deal. Forgot to go through there and there, and now we can make our connections. I'm probably still forgetting something. I am one of the most forgetful people you will ever meet in your entire life. And since I used my last yellow connector, of course, we're going to go back to this blue and get that shoved on there. And we're out through the other side. So we'll take our crimpers, get it crimped, give it a pull test. It's good, good, and good. Now, we know the black from the plug goes on the bottom. The white from the light goes in the middle. And then the top plug is our neutral. And if we did everything correctly, that there for now, that there for now. We're just gonna try and plug it in and see if we don't electrocute ourselves. There we go. It works. Perfect. Now, just to do it again to the next one. To that one. Right there. Alright guys, so that's it for this project for today. If you like what you saw, if you think I'm funny, if you think it's stupid, give it a thumbs down, give me a like, give me a subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me if you think I could do something better, if you've seen something, if you have questions about anything, just leave a comment, and thank you. See you on the next one.